From the heart of Grizzly Nation, under the lights, between the lines, and deep in the den, this is Paws on the Play, the official voice of Newport High School sports.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power.
Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of Paws on the Play. I'm your host, Kutter Driver, and today we'll dive into last week's win over Riverside, talk with Kutter Driver after his monster performance, and take a look into this week's road game against Paws River. Alright Grizzly Nation, let's break it down. Friday night at Riverside, the Grizzlies came out slow, but finished strong, pulling off a dominant 35-14 win over Riverside. It was 7-14 going into halftime, not our cleanest start, but something flipped in that locker room. Second half, it was all Grizzly. We outscored Riverside 28-0 after the break and absolutely took over both sides of the ball. Let's talk about that offense. The Grizzlies' offense racked up 335 total yards, and get this, 325 of those yards were on the ground. Only 10 of those yards were in the air. That's a smash mouth run you over kind of night. Leading the charge was Kutter Driver with 26 carries, 202 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Backing him up was Jacob Raymer, another workhorse, 10 carries for 105 yards and a touchdown. That's over 10 yards per carry. And you got to give props to that O-line. You don't put up 325 rushing yards without winning in the trenches, and those guys dominated. Quarterback Brad Martin didn't have to do much. Just 2 completions on 5 attempts for 10 yards. No picks, no touchdowns, but honestly, when the run game is rolling like that, no need to air it out. And defensively, we clamped up. After giving up 14 in the first half, the Grizzlies pitched a shutout in the second. Riverside only managed 34 rushing yards on 21 attempts. That's about 1.6 yards per carry. We owned the line of scrimmage. Passing-wise, they went 12 for 19 with 137 yards and 1 touchdown. But most of that came early. We adjusted and we shut them out when it mattered. And we gotta give a big time shout out to the sack squad. Aries Swain had 2 sacks on the night, and Damian Hamburg and Landon Hall both had 1.5 sacks. We also stayed disciplined when it mattered, just 2 penalties for 24 yards. That's a huge improvement in discipline, and especially in a physical game like this. And we moved the chains. 18 first downs to Riverside's 10. That tells you who controlled the pace. Bottom line, this game was a statement. Started slow, finished like Grizzlies. That second half showed toughness, focus, and heart. And Kutter Driver, he's looking like a serious player of the year candidate right now. This week's game against Paws River is looking like it's going to be another competitive one. The Spartans are averaging 375 yards a game and 6 touchdowns a game. That's an average of 42 points per game. Their defense is also looking pretty good, with their defensive line getting 3 sacks per game and their secondary getting 2 interceptions already on the year. The Grizz are looking to combat their pass game as Lucas Matthews, the Spartans quarterback, has already thrown for 10 touchdowns and 471 yards on the season. The Grizzlies are looking to keep their winning streak alive against the Spartans, currently on a 12-year win streak looking to make it 13. And now, we will have an exclusive interview with the Grizzlies starting running back, Kutter Driver, on last week's game and what he expects and hopes for in this week's rivalry game against Paws River. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today I have Kutter Driver here from Newport High School.
What's up? I'm a junior and the starting running back for the Newport High School football team.
Alrighty, so Kutter, what was your favorite moment of last week's game?
I'd say running like my older brother, Brody.
How does Brody affect you in, the football terms? How does he, improve you?
He's somebody I strive to be like when I play. He had a really good high school career, and he rushed for 260 yards against Riverside last year, and this year I got close to his record, but he's a lot like a player I'd like to be like one day.
What do you think you need to improve on for this week's rivalry game against Paws River?
I'd say less cramps. I cramped 10 times against Riverside, and I'm not the best shape, but my legs are doing better, so hopefully I can be a little bit more healthy and not cramp as much. That's definitely one.
With cramps, does the mustard actually help?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty gross, but yeah.
What are you most excited for about this week's game?
Probably to see how we do in week 2. We came out strong against Riverside, and so I guess we'll see how we do week 2 last year we kind of fell off week 2s, but we'll see what happens this week.
Last year's game against Priest River, were you an effective piece? Did you play at all?
Yeah, I was our starting safety, and I started on all special teams too, and I played running back.
What does the team as a whole need to work on, in your opinion, coming into this week's game?
I think as a whole we can start off quicker. We've been a lot like a second half team for years now. So I think if we can start off fast in the first quarter like we do coming out of half, that'd be great.
How do you think you guys will be able to improve on that? Like, what do you think needs to change in order to become a first half team?
Probably just need to be more locked in pregame. And our pregame we need to take way more serious, and our practices the week before.
Coming into this Priest River game, it's homecoming for them. Are you looking to destroy them and ruin their homecoming night, or are you looking to have more of a competitive game and have more experience through that?
I'm looking to win it. I don't think it's necessary to go in there and destroy them, but I say we're going to put up as much as we can, and I don't want them to win.
All right, thank you for coming on, Kutter.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Paws on the Play, Grizzly Sports. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I'm your host, Carter Brander, signing off for this week.
There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane. From miles around, best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show.